welcome back to MK Gardening. We have our supplies here to create our IKEA greenhouse. We are actually only missing one thing. It's coming in tomorrow, so it just missed it. It's the fans, the little mini fans, so those are super easy to just install and then wire through some holes. So not a big issue at all, but the majority of everything else is here. So I wanted to quickly just run through which products we got, and then we're gonna kind of set it up for you all. We're really excited because our initial aesthetic of the cabinet is going to change a little bit, and there are reasons why for that. So let's just jump right into it. So starting off with our smallest item, it is our thermometer. Now this measures both the temperature inside of the cabinet and the humidity level, which is going to be great because some of the plants that we're getting will want an increase in humidity. So being able to measure that and making sure that they're getting the amount that they need is key. Now this is a smaller unit compared to like the Milsbows that we showed you all a couple videos back. So it's not going to take a lot of humidity expression to really make this cabinet humid. So that's great. So really little, it's going to just be able to tuck in, but a nice bold digital reading. So we'll be able to see it really well. We're not gonna be like searching for the gauge or anything. So really nice thermometer, key. And then because again, it's a smaller unit, this is our mini humidifier. How cute is this? So it's just a regular humidifier. It has a bunch of different features in it. Obviously, it doesn't take a lot of water in the reservoir, which is perfect, but there's a timing on it. There's lights, different lights that we can put in on it, which of course we're going to do, but it can turn off at a certain time, so you're not having it run the whole day. So that's really good. And then obviously really easy to fill up. Now we're going to want to be washing this about every month, and we're going to use kind of like a diluted vinegar solution to kind of soak it and wash it, just to make sure that there's no moldy bits and it's not contaminating the space when it's supposed to be helping it. So this is the little mini humidifier that we're going to be using. Up next we have our LED grow lights. So we specifically chose these because it came with pretty much everything you're gonna need. All of the screws, if you needed to screw them in, zip ties, if that's more helpful. I have a feeling that we're gonna be using the zip ties. And obviously cords and everything that you need there. We got these because of the length of them is going to fit a little bit better. They're kind of individual, a little bit over a foot looks like. But instead of getting one of the LED light strands, instead of getting one of those, we opted for just strips of them because I think it'll be more efficient use of where we're placing them as opposed to having like a lot of extra strands of lights, even though you can cut most LED strand lights that you can find, and they're often cheaper. So look into that option if that's something that you more are looking for aesthetically. But we didn't want any of the excess stuff, so we're just opting for the nice straight ones. And again, everything came in here, so it's gonna be easy installation. And then for one of the reasons why this is going to change aesthetically is because we did in fact get some pegboard, but it's very important that when you're looking for what pegboard you're going to get, that you're looking for the material. We do not recommend getting cardboard or wooden pegboard to put into your greenhouse. Although it is significantly cheaper than opting for acrylic or metal based material, you're putting a humidifier in here with plants. There's going to be moisture. It's going to be more prone to mildew and mold, which again is going to bring in viruses and affect your plants in a very negative way. So we do recommend, if you are going to go the pegboard route, to get an acrylic type of pegboard or a metal-based pegboard. We got metal-based. So again, all of the wall mounts are here. Different kinds of ability to mount. We have just the regular screws, which I'm pretty sure we're going to use, and we're not going to use the stick-ons, but you can use all of these like wall stick-ons with the hooks, which is pretty cool that this particular one gives you 2 options of installment. So that's really cool. But again, this is a metal, so it's super heavy duty. It has some weight to it, which is kind of nice actually. And we know that it's not going to bring in and hold onto moisture or anything like that. It's also going to be significantly easier to clean, which is very important when you have a cabinet style greenhouse. So how this is going to change is we're actually going to be taking out the back. If you remember from the installation video, the back is actually composed of several different panels of that black background. So it is going to be very easy for us to just eliminate either 2 of the rows or all of the rows. I don't think we're going to do all of the rows. We might just do maybe the bottom 2, depending on what kind of plants. I'm pretty sure we're going to do the bottom 2 and then have kind of smaller to medium-sized ones up here, and then leaving the kind of bigger ones down here. That might flip-flop when we're installing it today. You'll find out. So we're going to take off those paneling and then use the screws to just replace that with the pegboard. I'm assuming it's going to fit. There's 4 pieces in here. So ideally it's going to fit 2 and 2. It might not. So again, we'll play around with that when we're back there. The reason for eliminating the back panels is to allow airflow. So while it's super important to have humidity in your greenhouse, it's also really important that you are taking air from the outside and bringing it into the greenhouse and regulating it around the space. This is also going to help with that airflow, eliminating disease, mildew, all of that stuff. And it's really important to have fresh air coming in for your plants. While there is like gaps and stuff, it's not really enough airflow coming in. So we will have the fans when they come in kind of on the inside space, but able to use all of these holes to suck in air from the outside, fresh air, circulate it around the greenhouse, make sure all the plants are nice and happy and getting that airflow. So depending on how many we need, because again, we only have 4 panels of this, it might be just 1, it might be 2 sections. When Ryan starts the installation process, we'll figure that part out. So again, we are missing our 2 fans that are coming in the mail tomorrow, but they are pretty small, they're not going to take up a lot of space, and they're going to be really essential in bringing in that air. We are going to link all of these products down below from Amazon. We got them off of Amazon. We're going to link them all down below in case you wanted to check them out if this was something that you're considering. But the last product that I wanted to kind of talk to you all about is actually a WD-40. Now this is also going to be linked down below, also from Amazon, but this WD-40 is specifically corrosion, anti-corrosion. Again, going back to there's going to be a lot of humidity, a lot of moisture in there. This is all metal, so the tendency to rust is high, especially with this giant paneling in the back that's also metal. So it's really important to spray down all of this wherever there's metal or screws or anything like that once it's all kind of together. You can also do this before you even put it all together. Just spray all the pieces down, you know? Would have been smart. Didn't do that. But we will, once everything's kind of in, take time to spray this on everything pretty much but the glass. The glass will not need to be sprayed, so we can actually take off these side panels too pretty easily, and the doors and stuff, to do all the spraying. Spray it down, make sure that you are protecting it from all that moisture. It does smell, so we encourage you doing this outside, not indoors, so you're not breathing in all of that stuff. And make sure you wear your protective gear as well, so you're protecting your own body. So spraying this in all of the metal parts is also going to be something we will do. I'm not sure if we're going to film it today, but it is going to get done before adding in plants. It just gets more of a longevity out of your greenhouse than if you were not going to do it. Do you need it? No. But will it help the lifespan of your greenhouse? Yes. All right, so now for the fun part. We're gonna call in Ryan and we're gonna start deassembling some of this and reassembling some of it, see where those panelings can go to make it how you want it, add the lights, add the humidifier, get everything ready so that we can add some plants soon. This is gonna be a nice creative process, and I'm excited to get Ryan's input on it because he's really good at aesthetic things and design things. He's kind of got a knack for that. All right, here we go. Are obsessed. So we ran into some challenges, as you could probably see from the assembly part. The panels that we had were not long enough to get from the top of the shelf to kind of the bottom one. So we kind of had to improvise. So Ryan drilled different holes at the top where the first two panels on either side were gonna go. This one and that one. And then in that middle space, we just zip tied that middle part on. And there was like a 3-inch gap you probably saw between the pegboard and then where the shelving actually started, which wasn't a terrible waste because we ended up just taking that black panel, that top black panel, and attaching it to the bottom where it would have attached at the bottom. We put the top there, and it totally, completely covered up that gap, and it allowed us to be able to snake wires. So our LED light wires were able to snake down, up, and over a lot easier than anywhere else that we could have put them. So it actually worked out really, really well. So that's just attached in the back. And then our thermometer is super cute. It came with batteries and it has the temperature on top, and you can see if it's in Fahrenheit or Celsius, and you can change that. And then it does the humidity, and it will give you a smiley face if the humidity is at a good spot, and kind of a meh face if it's medium, and then a frowning face if there's not enough humidity in there. So that's really helpful. We're gonna keep that on the top shelf, and the humidifier started changing the humidity already once we put it in. So very sensitive to the humidity control, which is great. Ryan did actually drill 4 new holes down at the bottom panel. Those weren't there before, but we wanted to make sure that there was adequate airflow going in the bottom as well. So we'll put our fan, one of the fans, up at the top panel to do the airflow up top. And then we are gonna attach the other fan that comes in the pack at the bottom panel through one of these holes to also circulate the air at the bottom and draw in a little bit of air from the hole that it's kind of the wires are going through. That way we have air coming in the top and at the bottom. So our humidifier is so stinking cute. It was super easy to fill, and it has a couple features that are pretty basic but kind of fun. So it can go from a blue, a light blue, lighting to a rainbow lighting. And then there's two types of misting options. There's just a continuous flow mist option or a kind of regulated, like shooting every couple seconds, it'll squirt some mist into the air. I am partial to the rainbow setting, so that one might stay. And then up top we have our LED lights. We put 4 lights up there with the sticky tape, so that was super easy to just put together. And then there are some options for lighting with this one as well. So with the lights on top, you can actually do, the controls are back here. You can do the brightness, adjust the brightness. So just a little bit to making it really bright. And then you can turn off as many lights as you want. So 1 is off now, 2 is off, the back 2 are off right now. Now the front one, and then you can have all of them. So that's pretty cool as well to have that kind of versatility for your lighting. And of course, another wonderful Christmas present from Ryan this past year was our Emkin Gardening wooden plaque. So that sign is super sentimental to me and I absolutely love it. It's going to be hanging up there, but I thought we would show it to you all now. So the assembly part is done. And even though there was a couple of hiccups, I really love how it turned out. We are going to be taking out this bottom shelf so we can have some bigger plants at the bottom. And then we are waiting for those 2 fans to come in as well. And then before we put plants in there, we are going to be spraying all of the metal and hardware parts down with that WD-40 anti-corrosion spray. Again, all of these products are going to be listed down below, so check them out if you are thinking about starting a greenhouse. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to Emkin Gardening so you don't miss when we start filling it up with some plants. That's going to be coming up next. We're hoping you're having a great week and we will see you in the next video.